Hey folks, Anne Marie here. Pretty interested in continuing to watch The Spy, see where it goes. I said that today should have been a pretty interesting day in, in order to see, where is this thing going to go, right? Clearly, we're in a space that we're arguing. Some people think we should go up, some people think we should go down, and the weight is pretty even, though we did make a higher high and a higher low. That needs to be important to consider. And as long as we're sitting above this VWAP, well, there you go, right? Just because I think the market is about to roll doesn't mean I'm going to go short. Got a tweet, somebody said something. They went, well, I roll over I short at the tops. That's real awesome. That's awesome. You just tell me exactly where that top is, and I'll be happy to join you. Unfortunately, most of us don't know where it is, me included. I'm just thinking it's getting to be time, finally, it's getting to be time, a little bit frothy up here. We either have to do one of two things. We need to pull back and work off some of these overbought levels, and we can do that by moving sideways, actually. Sideways action can move these things down into less extreme levels, and that allows us to take another press to the upside, which could indeed happen. And if I make a higher low and a higher high 2 days in a row and I think it's going to roll over, guess what it's not doing? Yeah, that'd be rolling over. Yeah, it's not doing that if it's making higher lows and higher highs. So I'm not going to step in front of a screaming locomotive, okay? That being said, we want to watch for the breach of these levels that take us into this range. I do believe that if we hold these areas and we chop sideways for a few days and this stuff works off into the neutral zones, we are going to see another press to the upside before we begin a rotation. We have got an amazing amount of gaps that are wide open here in these charts. A lot of them. And so I'm thinking that we should try to start to close them at some juncture. Doesn't mean I'm going to go short. I just need for you guys to understand that if I sit and I say, hey, listen, here's my thought. My thought is we're frothy. What I will tell you is that I am not very long in not very many things, okay? Because I feel that it would be unreasonable for me to be very heavy long in a space like this. Now, some folks are thinking, hey, listen, this is a big breakout. We're going to move, and we could very well have that press, which is why I remain minimally exposed to the upside as opposed to being flat and in cash. All right? So that's it. Kind of a long diatribe, but I do want you to realize this. We're really going to do a couple of different things. We're either going to move sideways, we're going to break up, or we're going to break down. But what's got to happen is we've got to clear the ranges before we can make the move to add to, say, a long or a short. If you're long right here, then that's great. Just so long as you don't break support, your trade is not broken. All right, that's all you got to remember. If you're long and you don't break support, even if the chart moves sideways on you, your trade is not broken. Now, it doesn't mean that you don't need to lighten the load, because it could be telling you that momentum is drifting and it's about to roll, but you stay in the trade until it either gets to the target or it breaks that support region, and vice versa on the long side, on the short side. All right, but as we sit right here expecting sideways action, if it breaks out, I'm going to take the trade small and cautious into these upper levels. If it loses the area here as support, I'm going to take short action, cautious, small into the area. If it breaks into this gap, we should have a 50% fill. 50% rule says that we should close 50% of this gap. It happens to collide with that VWAP on the month, and we could be off to the races for something else. All right, look alert and pay attention to the formation. Just do not trade what you think. Trade only what you see and what can be confirmed as best it can. All right, good luck.